Hi friends, I'm Holly from the Stampin' Up! Home Office, and one of the biggest trends we are seeing right now in crafting, home decor, and gardening is succulents. And here at Stampin' Up! We have gone succulent crazy along with the rest of the world. Hence the darling Vertical Garden Project Kit. The kit comes with just about everything you need to make this adorable tray full of desert blooms. It includes the frame, the ribbon, pre-cut cardstock for succulents in sweet sugar plum, garden green, wild wasabi, mint macaron, and tip-top taupe. The calypso coral paper for the rosebuds is pre-cut for you as well. And you get the banner piece for your hello, and then also a full color instruction sheet. All you need to add are the calypso coral and tip-top taupe stamp pads, the vertical garden stamp set, and some adhesive. We recommend the multi-purpose liquid glue and also a hot glue gun. You are also going to want to have your bone folder and Stampin' Pierce mat handy. You can, of course, order these additional supplies yourself or talk to your demonstrator about holding a class for you and your friends. The succulents are very easy to assemble, but there are a lot of them, so this particular kit would be a fantastic one to do with a group of your besties. The blooms are all pre-cut and ready to go, so all you need to do is pop them out. There's enough cardstock to make 3 blooms of each color, 1 big and 2 small. And the instruction sheet shows you exactly which sizes you need to make each flower. So 1, 2, and 3 make the big flower, then 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9 each make the small flowers. So you just orient your cardstock sheet the same direction as your instructions, and it will be very easy to know which pieces to use for which bloom. The blooms have 3 separate layers, and you need 2 of each size to make each layer. And I found it easiest to stack the pieces of cardstock on top of each other and just pop out both layers at once. Many of the pieces are the same size, so punch everything out and get them grouped into separate blooms as you go along to avoid any confusion. Now we can start assembling our blooms. Your bone folder is going to be your best friend for this portion of the project. You're going to use the bone folder to break down the fibers in the petals here to make them curl. Now you don't want to work them so hard that you start to separate the cardstock layers, but just work them through so you start to see that curl there. And you can decide how much curl you want them to have. You can go really hard to curl them a little bit more, or you can keep them a little bit flatter. So that is up to you. Now, if you get a little overzealous and accidentally rip one of those petals off, don't worry about it. Just use your adhesive and stick that back on. As long as it's not that very top layer, you're not even going to be able to tell because it will be hidden under a lot of other layers. All right, now we have 2 of those ready to go. And I like to glue my layers together as I finish them. So just a little dab of the multi-purpose liquid glue. And then just offset those like that. The glue does have some give to it before it dries, so you can wiggle it around a little bit to get that into the position that you want. And there we have my top layer. So you just repeat that process with the remaining 2 layers and then glue all 3 layers together. They are simple to put together, and you just repeat the process for the remaining succulents. And that's all there is to it. You do have a lot of leeway in how you want your blooms to look. You can curl them a lot, like this one here, or just a little. Here are 3 examples I did, all with the large succulent in various degrees of curliness. So you get to decide which look you like the best. On to the next blooms. Now these look like rosebuds to me, but I will confess to not knowing much about succulents, so I could be totally off on that one. But to assemble these buds, you just need to pop them out, and then you will need a pencil or something similar to roll them around. So you start with the small end here, and you will just roll that around your pencil. Okay. Then you'll stop when you get to the fat end here. And take that off your pencil. And then I like to just roll that again a little bit tighter to give that a tighter bloom than you give with the pencil. So start back at the beginning and just give that a little tighter roll this time. So you can see how that is a little bit tighter now. So just release that, and you can fluff that out or make it a little bit tighter till it looks to the point where you like it. And then just a little dab of hot glue here on the base and hold that in place until it dries. Once your blooms are all completed, arrange everything the way that you like it in the frame. Now you can follow the picture here in the instructions, or you can do your own thing. So it's really up to you. Now here are a few things I learned along the way as I was assembling mine. I showed you those different shapes of succulents I made earlier, and the more curved you make those blooms, the more brown space there's going to be on your tray, because they're going to take up less room, kind of like these here. But you can also fluff them out a little once they are glued on to get the look you want. So if these were a little too tight, once that's glued, you can just kind of manipulate those petals and blooms until they look exactly the way you like. You'll also notice something similar with the rosebuds. I like the look of the buds when they're a little bit fuller, but you're also going to want to use them as filler in those little spaces between the succulents. So you want to make some a little bit tighter so they'll be able to fit in those little small spaces between the succulents. Once you get them positioned where you like them, take your hot glue gun and glue everything into place. If you are planning on hanging this, you'll want to thread your ribbon through the hole up here at the top before you start gluing. All right, let's move on to the banner piece. The banner is different from our normal cardstock. The vanilla is actually printed on one side and it is white on the other. So your ink is going to react a little differently to this than you are used to. So to get good results, let's ink up our stamp in our Calypso Coral, and you're going to want to make sure your pad is nice and juicy. Now the Stampin' Pierce mat is a must for this one. So just line up your banner piece, and you'll take your hello, center that. Make sure you apply good even pressure and hold it in place a little longer than is normal to really let that ink sink in. And you'll do the same thing when you add your accents in the tip-top tube. Now the good news is each kit comes with 2 banners, so there is a spare just in case you happen to need it. Use your bone folder to curve the banner just slightly. Like that. Get a nice little curve to that. And then you'll adhere the banner on the side of your frame with hot glue. Just find where you'd like that positioned and put your hot glue down. If you would like the edges of the flag here to stick out straight, then score this piece before you glue it. So just measure where you'd like it, give that a little score line, and then there'll be nice sharp lines on the edge of your banner. This paper garden would be adorable on your wall, but it is equally adorable flat on a table. So you really do have a lot of possibilities with the vertical garden kit. And if you just can't get enough of these little succulents, the good news is it's super easy to make more. The succulent garden framelets will cut out all the pieces you need to make your own succulents, along with a multitude of other things. They make fabulous adornments and toppers for all of your crafting projects. So jump on the succulent trend and contact your demonstrator today to book your very own vertical garden party. Goodbye.